I was to the front door. I was talking to my stepdad, and I just started hearing these big pops, pop, pop, pop.
Ian David Long began his adult life by enlisting in the Marines and getting married. Years after a divorce and a discharge and months after shouting brought a mental health expert to his door, Long killed 12 people at a country music bar outside Los Angeles. A former military machine gunner, the 28-year-old apparently killed himself after the Wednesday night attack in Thousand Oaks, the quiet suburb where he lived with his mother. Neighbors said on Thursday they would hear loud, aggressive fights between the two. Authorities said they visited that ranch-style house only once, in April, after a neighbor reported yelling and crashing sounds. Deputies found Long was somewhat irate, acting a little irrationally, and called in a mental health specialist, Ventura County Sheriff Geoff said. That specialist assessed Long but concluded he couldn't be involuntarily committed for psychiatric observation. The mental health experts out there cleared him that day, Mr. Dean said on Thursday, though they were concerned he might be suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder because of his military service. Obviously he had something going on in his head that would cause him to do something like this, Mr. Dean said. Describing the earlier incident when police were called, Richard Burge, who lived 1 block away from the home, said he was raving hell in the house, you know, kicking holes in the walls and stuff. They couldn't get him to come out, so it was like a standoff for 4 or 5 hours, he told Reuters. Mr. Burge, who took care of Long's mother's dogs, said she told him following that incident she worried her son might take his own life but did not fear he would hurt her. An next-door neighbor said he called authorities about 6 months ago when he heard loud banging and shouting at Long's home. I was concerned because I knew he had been in the military, neighbor Tom Hansen said on Thursday, as federal and local law enforcement officers searched Long's house, where an American flag flew over the garage. Mr. Hansen described Long as an introvert and said he was dumbfounded by the massacre. Long's only other contact with authorities came after a traffic collision and after he alleged he was the victim of a violent encounter in 2015 at another bar in Thousand Oaks, the sheriff said. Long enlisted in the Marines at 18 and was married as a 19-year-old in Honolulu in June 2009, according to military and court records. His military service lasted nearly 5 years, and he was honorably discharged with the rank of corporal in 2013, the Pentagon said. He was part of the infantry, responsible for hauling and shooting machine guns. During his service, Long's marriage fell apart. He and his wife separated in June 2011, while he was deployed on a 7-month tour in Afghanistan. The couple cited irreconcilable differences in divorce papers filed in May 2013, 2 months after Long left the Marines. Later, he enrolled at nearby California State University, Northridge, last attending in 2016, the school said in a statement.
I was to the front door. I was talking to my stepdad, and I just started hearing these big pops, pop, pop, pop. There was probably 3 or 4. I hit the ground. I look up. The security guard's dead. Or I don't want to say dead, but he was shot. He was down. And the gunman was throwing smoke grenades all over the place. I saw him point to the back of the cash register, and he just kept firing.
My friend actually saw it because I was over at school with her, and that saw the bomb light start to go off and heard everyone say, run.
I ran out the front door. I hear chairs being thrown out the window. People were trying to get out the window. And the gunman went behind the cash register. There was probably 12 shots before I got out the front door.